Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off my first video here on my page. So I'm just driving here in my 2019 Toyota Tacoma, which I'm definitely on my drive right now. I gotta go get my hair cut. Thank God that all the barbers are open again, because that was a pretty rough 3 months of not getting a fresh fade. But yeah, I guess while on the drive I'll get into more detail about what I'm driving around in. So I picked this up in December. It's a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. I got the TRD Sport 4x4. I did do some work to it. You guys can't really see any of it except for the cat skin leather seat covers. Got them for about $250 off eBay, and I have zero complaints. They protect my cloth from all my kids and their messes of food, snacks, breast milk, shit, piss, anything you could think of. Kids do make messes, and I didn't really want to deal with that, so I got these seat covers, and they're at a good price, and they're really easy to put in. And if you didn't know they were seat covers, you'd think that it was OEM leather. So really good stuff. But all the other stuff that you can't see, but pretty soon here, after I get my hair cut, just, do a quick walk around to show you guys what I got. But just to go into detail, I'm running a 6-inch rough country lift on 35-inch Toyota Open Country mud terrain tires. And I know some people have their opinions on rough country lifts, but every Toyota I've owned, I've always ran rough country, and I have no complaints. For $1,000, it works great. Truck still rides stock, and got the clearance I wanted at not a terrible price. I just didn't feel like spending all that money into going with a BDS kit, which they're really nice. You get the same amount of lift, or maybe a little bit more. I think you can adjust, if I'm right, you can adjust those coilovers, maybe get an extra inch up in the front. So you got Fox coilovers, but I thought I'd just spend the $1,000 and take the ideas from other people that I follow on YouTube and Instagram, and the Tacoma World page on the internet. And a lot of people, they just get the rough country kit because it's one of the the more affordable drop bracket kits you can go with. And then Icon, Fox, and King, they make replacement coilover kits to get rid of those stretch spacers. So that's what I'm gonna have going here pretty soon. Is I'm gonna order a set of King coilovers with adjustable resis for the front and the rear. So I won't have any of those strut spacers anymore. The only thing that's going to be rough country is the brake lines and the drop bracket kit. But suspension wise, I'll be running Kings. So I honestly can't wait. I actually got the idea from, you can follow him on YouTube, and he also has an Instagram account. The Adventure Squad. They, he has a 2019 or 2018 TRD off-road, and it's a beautiful truck. You guys should probably give him a follow on Instagram or YouTube and check his stuff out. He's got a gorgeous truck, and he ran a rough country kit and replaced it with King coilovers, and and also resis in the rear as well too. So give him a check out, and just as I was saying, check him out. That's where I got the idea from. And also probably right after I did the lift and the tires, I did have the truck re-geared. So I'm running Nitro 488s, and I was kind of people were saying no dude, you're gonna put all the roof rack and the bed rack and the tent and stuff, you should go 529s. But I decided to go 488s. I talked with Nitro, and they were saying you get better fuel economy with the 488s rather than the 529s. And then in the future, I do plan on supercharging this. I'm waiting for Magnuson. They released their supercharger for the 3.5 at SEMA, and I'm just waiting for them to release it for purchase. And yeah, so I just thought 488s would be perfect. A perfect combination with that supercharger. So yeah, that's kind of why I went with 488s. But if you don't plan on supercharging and you don't really care about your gas mileage, because currently, like with these 48s, like I think the highest I've seen was 18 miles to the gallon, and that may like sound not too great, but I think for turning 35s and especially on a Tacoma, I think 18 is pretty damn good with 35s. So like I said, if you don't care about your fuel economy and you don't plan on supercharging or doing anything crazy, I would recommend 529s. Especially because I put on a Prinsu roof rack and RCI mid-level 12-inch bed rack. Currently, right now, I only have my rooftop tent on. I don't really put the bolt-on jugs for fuel or water unless I go out to the desert. So yeah, when you add all that weight, and you don't plan on doing you don't care about your fuel economy, or you don't plan on supercharging your taco, I would go 529s. Which, don't get me wrong, the 48s are awesome. Down here in Southern California, you got a lot of those big hills. Cruising on the highway, and I can comfortably go 75 miles an hour, sitting at like 2,300 RPMs, and I've actually managed, for the first time ever owning this truck, used overdrive, or my 6th gear. So 48s, they're great, gets the job done, and it's all I need. So other than that, I got the roof rack, the bed rack, the gears, the tires, the lift. Did a little like cosmetic stuff. So on the outside, later on when we do the walk around, you'll see the decal I put on the hood, and my door badges. They're kind of like the TRD Pros, but it's custom made. So if you have like a TRD Off-Road or a TRD Sport, or any of those models, like you can order a set for your doors. Sorry about that. I don't know why my camera just shut off, but as I was getting to it, the door badges is I actually order them from Taco Twans. They're pretty popular, especially if you're big into Toyotas. You probably heard of them, but they're located in Denver, Colorado, and I just I love those guys. My TRD Pro grill with the color matched Toyota emblem, I got from Taco Twans. I also got my door badges. They sell a lot of good accessories for the Tacomas, and also he does like really good reviews on how to like install and do everything on your own. So he's pretty big on do it yourself, and he makes phenomenal videos. Like, it's super into detail. Like, any questions that you think you have, like, he answers them. So he does a really good job doing the do it yourself videos and like installations and stuff. So if you haven't heard of him, go check him out, Taco Twans. And also he has an Instagram as well. It's the same. Or also Running for Tacos. That's actually the website. You can order stuff. But Running for Tacos. Oh, here's my buddy Joey and his taco. Here, see if I can move this camera. Oop, I'll just move it the other way. Yeah! What's up, Joey? Yeah, he's got a beautiful 2002 double cab 4-wheel drive. Actually, I helped him go and get that truck. He was looking for a Tacoma, and I saw it on Craigslist. And we made probably like a 2-hour commute to go get it. And yeah, it's a badass little truck. But so anyways, like I said, you can check out Adventure Squad and Running for Tacos or Taco Twans. You know, they do some really good stuff, and you know, they've actually given me like a lot of the ideas that, you know, how I wanted to build my Tacoma. So yeah, you know, you can check those guys out. And yeah, so I'm almost to my barber, so just gonna run in real quick, get my hair cut, and then once I get out, I'll find a good place to, you know, do a little walk around for you guys. So see y'all in a minute. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, so went and got my hair cut, and yeah, thought I'd do the big reveal and little walk around that I promised y'all. Yeah, so let's get into it. There she is, guys. So those are those door badges I was talking about earlier. Rather than TRD Pro, mine says TRD Sports, and that is what I have, as you can tell because I have the fancy little hood scoop. And this is the natural height of the truck. You know, I have my little GoPro, you know, about head level, and yeah, you know, I'm about like 6 foot, and this truck it actually surprised me when you know, I put the lift on and stuff. I didn't think it was gonna be this big, but yeah, no, this thing's massive for a Toyota. But yeah, so here's my 35s. The freaking Toyo mud terrains, the open countries, and I am running or sitting on 18-inch Method NV race wheels. I think this setup right here is by far like one of my favorite, and I think it looks great together. Just the Method wheels and, you know, the Toyo open countries, like by far my favorite tire. Like, you know, and you know, I got these from this whole setup from Discount Tire, and they did a limited lifetime warranty, so I could literally get pissed one day, come outside and just slash my tires if I wanted to, and they just give me new skins. So still have some pretty good tread. I've had these tires on for about like 5 months now. Put like 8,000 miles on the truck, and you know, there's still like chalk marks in the new tires. So it is safe, you know, because of the weight of the truck. You know, I could probably get like up to like 70,000 miles on these tires before I have to get new ones, which is insane. But yeah, so here's this decal that I ordered offline. I mean, I don't think I really need to put a description in the link on where I got it from, because one, I can't remember it right now, and you know, you can just find this by doing a simple Google search. But yeah, so there's the decal. I think it looks great. The badges. Still waiting on bumpers. Relentless Fabrications out in Reno, Nevada. I really love their hybrid bumper, and I do plan on purchasing a bumper from them. They look fantastic, so I'd check them out. Relentless Fabrications. You can find them on Instagram. You can do a quick Google search, and yeah, they make some pretty badass shit for Tacomas and also Colorados and Canyons. Just mid-sized pickup trucks. So yep, here's my you know, TRD Pro grill. I got the LED TRD lights in. Let me turn those on for you real quick. I did order those off Amazon, and quite honestly, I'm not really a fan, because you'll see here, you know, I've only had them for, let's see, since like the beginning of the year, so like January. I think I put in the grill and the lights, and there's like condensation and all sorts of stuff built up inside the lights, and you know, it has like 2 little LED pods in them, and you know, some of them have like burnt out, as you can probably see. Yeah, see, it's like flickering, and you know, there's only like 1 lights out of the 2 that are in there. So I am gonna return these. So I ordered them off Amazon. So yeah, that's just my review. They suck, but they do look great when they are working. They are pretty bright at night. I think it just looks great on the grill. I don't really like the amber look, you know, like I bought a Tacoma, not a Ford Raptor. Oops, excuse my music. So oh yeah, so thought I'd show you guys the interior. You know, excuse the mess. I haven't cleaned it, shame on me, and I do use my truck for work. So yeah, these seat covers, these things are freaking badass, and they fit really flush, you know, with the seat itself. So yeah, they look great, and I also do have them in the back as well. It just, you know, it makes you feel like, you know, you just have like a brand new truck. And you know, for how much you pay for these things, like it kind of blows my mind that Toyota still uses cloth, and I don't want to pay like an extra freaking $5 grand for the premium package. I mean, a sunroof is great and all, but I mean, if you're like me and you put on like your Prinsu roof rack or any roof rack in general, you know, like why have a sunroof? But you know, I love the racks, and you know, the way, you know, if you do a rooftop tent, I do recommend doing the mid-level. You know, that way if you throw on a tent, like, you know, it fits flush with the wind guard and the wind deflector, so you're not like having all that drag. Well, so much for that sticker. At least my kicker subs, that sticker's still hanging on there nice and strong. But yeah, I have an RCI mid-level 12-inch bed rack. I honestly love this thing. It's super light, and it's really strong. Like, this is like 120-pound rooftop tent, and you know, it does great. Probably the next thing I'm gonna do, and I do recommend, is getting bed stiffeners. Like, again, sorry for the mess. Have my wet camis and boots in there. I was helping out a buddy of mine who's a McQuist with a WSA course, and you know, to have some fun in the water and have the students come and rescue me. But yeah, I do recommend getting bed stiffeners, you know, especially if you're gonna put on a rack and, you know, a tent and all this stuff, because Toyota does run composite beds, and over time, especially if you're off-roading, like, you know, all of you guys who like own Tacomas, you probably see it when you drive, or you notice it, your bed shakes, and with all that extra weight, it'll actually you know, it'll split the bed outwards, and that's no bueno. So, but yeah, little walk around to the truck. It's gorgeous. Like, I absolutely love this truck. This is my dream truck. And you know, to boost up my morale of filling this beast up, I did slap on one of these cringy dad joke stickers of you know, taco sauce only. But yeah, overall not bad. And you know, something, you know, if you guys are interested, I can do a little tutorial like how I wired up my lights. I did use like fuses, so you know, those lights are running off my fuse panel, and I put it, you know, if you guys would like a video on that, I can do that. You know, they are hooked up to my ignition, the fuses, or the fuse that runs my ignition. That way, you know, I have the option to, whenever my truck is on, you know, I can run the little pod lights in the grill with my daytime running lights. I think it looks sick. And you know, rather than just I think some people, like I've seen, they've hooked they've done an fuse, not with the ignition, but with I believe the fog lights. So I mean, I just didn't like that. I did do that at first, but then you know, it just came to me. I saw that there was you know, I found the fuse for the ignition, and you know, just tried it out, and yeah, it works great. So yep, here's my little walk around of my Tacoma. And yeah, so hopefully in the future I can get some badass videos of you know, taking this thing out in the desert, maybe do a few camping trips. And actually, one trip I am gonna do, and I'm looking forward to this. You know, I haven't seen my family in years, back on the East Coast. Originally, I'm not from, or I wasn't born in New York, but my dad's side of the family, they live out there, so they're doing a little reunion. So I'm gonna pile the kids and the dogs and the wife in the Tacoma, and literally drive from California all the way to New York. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a fun time.
Speaking of dogs, here's Isabel. Say hi. Come on. She's crazy.
It's my wife, Caitlin.
But yeah, here's a little walk around tutorial, and stand by, or stay tuned for our little trip to New York. Peace.